Hi and welcome to Council of Nuts. So today we'll be reviewing The Old Guard, directed by Gina Prince-Bythewood and starring Charlize Theron. So let's start. So coming to the plot of the story, a covert team of immortal mercenaries are suddenly exposed, and they must now fight to keep their identity a secret. Just as an unexpected new member was added to their team.
As the plot sounds, it's a very intriguing plot. The group of mercenaries who can't be killed, and if something happens to them, they get injured or they actually get killed. They just heal themselves. That was a very interesting plot. And as I went to the movie, I did not watch any trailer or anything. I just saw it come up on my Netflix feed, and I just started watching it. So when the first sequence happened, like they died, and I thought, okay, so like what is going to happen next? And maybe we are seeing something like a time travel, or like movie like Source Code, where everything happens on repeat or something like that. So that took me off guard in the starting of the story, as I did not have any reference. But uh, but then then the plot moved on, and I figured out, and I think the plot was pretty good of the movie. The premise and the promise of the premise was very good, which I enjoyed. And Charlize Theron's performance was brilliant, I would say, as a badass character, as a badass mercenary leading a group of immortals and trying to protect their identity. And she performed good in her action sequences. Like this is a action movie, and you would get good action performances from those individuals. So that wouldn't disappoint you.
Coming to Charlize Theron, she acted brilliantly. Means I love that character. Like, and she knows that, and she's careless. Like, she will not die. So why not give away everything? And talking about the movie, talking about the story of the movie, I felt intrigued. I felt intrigued because the characters' past life, how the characters means how they became that thing, means certain one day they were killed, and after certain point of time they're rising up for the first time, and they're realizing that I am invincible. So in this way, we came come across a new character, Nile, in this film, and we she discovers for the first time that she's invincible. And I think the story revolves around saving each other. Means their secrets were, means it can be utilized in a bad way. So they wanted to keep that a secret. And coming to the other characters, Booker, Joe, Nikki, uh, they were means as a fighting film or an action film, uh, they were up to the mark. But their characters, means their characters were not that much uh, that much shown. Means their background was not as much shown as it was shown for Andy. I can understand that she's the main character, but still, I think to create that base for the spectators who are watching the film, I think that is much more important for a character to grow.
So coming to the negatives now, I think there are more. For me, there are more negatives to the movie than positives. Firstly, starting, this is an action movie. But as I said, that the actors were good enough and they executed the action sequences brilliantly. But I don't think the camera work and cinematography was up to the mark to show us that action sequences effectively. I love the choreography of the action which happened, but I could understand that the camera work was failing those action sequences. Like when you typically watch a action movie and a action sequence, you expect wide shots to get wider range in your screen, and also less cuts to be a continuous shot. But this movie does not have that. There are some abrupt cut scenes in the middle of an action sequences, which took me from the experience of that action. And I think that is one of the most bad things I found about the movie, that I was not engaged in those action sequences as much. And also well, when you tell the hero of the movie or the main characters of the movie are invincible, they cannot die. You take a certain level of threat away of the movie, so you do not feel that much threatened about the characters. They did put a certain plot point to work around that, but I'm not going to spoil that. But I don't think that was enough, because the villain, on the other hand, was also not threatening enough. I mean, for the first scene when you see them, I think Jean Pati is like he's even feel threatened to see him, and he can't do anything to them. So that was also not threatening enough. So for those reasons, I did not find the movie that much enjoyable. So what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Like a action film or a film of this sort must have a like a heavyweight villain or a villain with a good gravity. Harry Melling, he portrayed as a villain of this film. He's a CEO of a company, a profitable company. So like
Pharmaceutical company.
yeah. So as a CEO, like he's thinking about the money and the and everything which he can gain from the foul place which he will be playing. But I don't think he was threatened. Means he threatened the characters because as Gunjan said, yeah, you said that point, like when you're saying that a character is immortal and he can't be killed, then you should be placing a negative character as of the similar stature at least. Um, that was one of the fault of this film. And another thing, like Gunjan said, some of the scenes are there, like they can be, means I thought that those scenes could have been means the camera work would have been better, means some of the parts are there, like they're entering in one room that can be of one shot, they're creating cuts of that. So in that point of time, the people who are watching the movie, they will be distracted with the cut shots. And that was certain plot points I will be pointing
They
out.
were very jarring and took the flow away from the movie. I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
And another one thing I wanted to add, that there was a character which he said, the new character Nile, who just found out, and I thought that her performance was very inconsistent. There were certain parts of the movie I did not like her performance. There were certain parts of the movie I did like her. So that it was like all over the place. So that was also a negative point for me.
Yeah, coming to Nile or Kiki Layne, I didn't like her performance at all, actually, to be honest, because uh, to be in this film, you have to be very you have to be very fit for that combat. And I didn't feel that she was up to the mark of this stature, that she will be combating with the villains or anyone who will be coming in front of her. So I didn't feel that intrigued by her performance in this film. And like coming to the story, I felt the story was very streamlined. And we can see at the end that there will be a point of time where we will be when we will be told that it is going to have a sequel, means other parts are also going to come. So like if a movie or a production is trying to create another other sequels, then they should have a good base.
Yeah, so I agree about that. That when you're building a world, they're like they are a sort of superhero. So you're making a superhero world. So they need a good world to be built in the first movies to keep the audience involved and wanting to see more. And I don't think that they have done a good job of that.
Coming to the end, The Old Guard was an action movie with a lot of potential, with a good plot and a story, but didn't actually meet our expectation. If you watch the film after this review, please let us know in the comment section how do you like the movie or any other points which you missed, and please like, share, and subscribe this channel, and let your buddies know about us. Bye.